Alrighty, what a game. Canucks beat the Habs 6-5 in a shootout, and it was a wild one. We're going to go over a quick recap, my thoughts on the game, and if you're new here, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, do all that good stuff. Post-game recaps after every game. To start this one, Levy draws out of the lineup. Jalen Chatfield comes in. Jalen Chatfield was pretty good tonight, actually, and he would be playing with Alex Edler. Goaltenders for this one, Braden Holtby coming into this one 1-1 with a 301 goals against average, 909 save percentage. Carey Price, 1-0-1, 292, and a 913 save percentage. So, right off the bat, Canucks go to the power play. One of 6 power plays that they had tonight. On that power play, they don't score, but Nate Schmidt takes a puck to the face. The third time that's happened to him in 5 games. A few minutes later, Alex Edler, point shot, deflected in by Brandon Sutter. Waved off because of a high stick. Pretty obvious it was like up here. So, they're not going to count that one. Nothing for a little bit until about 9 minutes to go in the first period. Lotto line has a great shift, about a full minute of pressure. Ben Sherratt takes a really obvious penalty behind the net, just like hugs Elias Pettersson. On the power play, Bo Horvat gets his first of the game from Miller and Hughes just in that bumper spot. Hughes plays it down to Miller. Miller in front to Horvat. Canucks get their first power play goal of the season, making them 1 for 17 on the year. A couple minutes later, Pettersson has a breakaway. 7:20 to go in the first period. He does the through the legs move on Carey Price and tries to score. It doesn't work, but you love to see the confidence. Pettersson's in a bit of a slump. He's said his confidence is low, but if your confidence is low, you're not making moves like that. So love to see that. Late in the first period, Josh Anderson just randomly checks Quinn Hughes into the net after a Braden Holtby save. Canucks go back to the power play. Again, nothing doing on that one. So after the first period, 1-0 Vancouver. Shots are 11-7, looking like a solid game so far. A minute and a half into the second period, Tyler Toffoli starts his run. He sort of snuck behind the play. Quinn Hughes gets hit into the boards, and then Travis Hamonic goes and tries to make like a revenge hit, and because of that, Toffoli's just all by himself, so he goes in and scores, shoots that over the glove of Braden Holtby. Just like a minute later or so, Tyler Mott gets on a 2-on-1 with Nate Schmidt, and just rips it 5-hole on Carey Price to make it 2-1 for Vancouver. Couple minutes later, again, 15-11 to go in the second period. We're currently 2-1. Roussel takes an interference penalty behind the net. Kind of set a pick on Romanov. One of many not very good calls by the refs tonight, and that's definitely both ways. Saw a lot of Canadiens fans on Twitter really unhappy with the officiating, and I can't really blame them. They weren't that good. On that power play, Nick Suzuki with a beautiful backdoor pass to Tyler Toffoli. Again, completely uncovered. Hamonic was up at the point for some reason, left his man completely unchecked, and Toffoli gets his second of the game. 10 minutes to go in the second period. Kotkaniemi takes an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Right off of that, Brock Besser scores. Little backhander on the rebound, beats Carey Price to make it 3-2. So we're halfway through the game, 3-2 Vancouver. Kulak takes a holding penalty on Beagle with about 5 minutes to go in the second period. This was a complete phantom call. They were kind of both jostling for position. Ref picked one. Not a good call, but, Canucks will take that. Nothing gets done on that one. 1:35 to go in the second period. Thomas Tatar races past Chatfield. Gallagher races past Quinn Hughes. Little backdoor pass, and it is 3-3 at the end of the second period. I wrote a little note here. Vibe after 2, stressy. I was feeling that good Canucks stress coming back in. So shots in that period, 12-9 Montreal. So 2 fairly even periods so far. Into the third. 2 minutes into the third period, Montreal takes a delay of game penalty. Anderson cleared it right over the glass. The 6th power play of the game for the Canucks. Bo Horvat, again in that bumper spot, gets his second of the night from Besser and Miller to make it 4-3. Making the Canucks 3 for 6 on the power play, or what is that, like 3 for 22 or 23 on the year, something like that. A few minutes later, from the 14-minute mark to the 10-minute mark, I just had end-to-end action. Habs are turning up the heat. Prime chances each way. It was super tense for a few minutes there. 9:46 to go in the third. Myers makes a bad clearing attempt up the middle, gives it away to Kotkaniemi. His shot sort of ramps off of Besser's stick, then hits Hughes' stick and beats Braden Holtby. 3:41 to go. Canucks are down to 4 defensemen. Edler got hurt, upper body injury, he didn't return. And then late in the third period, Hamonic was hurt. You could see him sort of doubled over on the bench. not doing well. So Canucks are in a 4D, and right off of that, Tyler Toffoli gives the Canadiens their first lead of the game. Jeff Petrie shot gets tipped by Toffoli, goes past Holtby to make it 5-4, but Brock Besser answers right away. JT Miller on the right wall, little one-timer to Brock Besser. Brock Besser buries that to make it 5-5. Some moments of scariness. 4.5 seconds to go. And Holtby, instead of clearing the puck to the corner to end the third period, he smothers it. 4.5 seconds left. Offensive zone draw. Third period for the Canadiens. And the Canucks have been bad in those situations. They've already allowed 2 last-second goals this year. And Brendan Gallagher almost had one there, too. He was alone in front. Holtby made the stop. Shots in the third period, 11-8 Montreal. And we've got OT. So the Canucks' first time in overtime this year. Very first shift. Brock Besser takes everyone wide. He has Price beat, but he's stuck behind the net. Plays it in front to Tyler Myers, who is just like, he's kind of tied up, but it just has to hit him. And it goes right through and completely missed. Back and forth rushes. Montreal had a lot more chances in overtime, but again, nothing doing. Shots were 6-0 to Montreal in OT, so we go to a shootout. Round one, Pettersson and Byron both got stopped. Both trying to go 5-hole, neither worked. JT Miller scores to put the Canucks up in the shootout. Drouin was then stopped by the right pad of Holtby. Brock Besser was stopped by the right pad of Price. Nick Suzuki has to score to keep it alive, and he does a little fake, goes backhand, beats Holtby to make it 3-3. So now Horvat comes out. He's already scored 2 tonight to give the Canucks the lead, and he just rips it 5-hole on Carey Price. And now Tyler Toffoli, who has 3 goals tonight, looking for his 4th, hits the post. So the Canucks win. 6-5 is the final. Some of my thoughts on this game, as usual. The power play looks more active for the Canucks. They're setting up, they're moving, they're making more crisp passes, they're getting chances. Again, 3 goals on 6 chances tonight. Jalen Chatfield, who slotted in for Ulevi, looked really solid. He looked like he belongs. He had a really good game, to be honest. And I'm sure he got a lot more ice time than he expected, considering Edler and Hamonic were both out by the end of the game. So he was just 4D. You're just running him. Like I mentioned, Edler left with a upper body injury in the second injury, didn't return. The Canucks tweeted out he wouldn't return, so we're assuming it's probably going to be a few games he's out. Montreal with a bit of lack of discipline. Again, the refs weren't great, I'll acknowledge that, but you can't just keep taking penalties that can get called, especially in a tight game like that, and the Canucks power play really kept them in it. Travis Hamonic didn't have a good game. He left his man over and over. 2 goals came off of Hamonic mistakes, and a Jeff Petrie breakaway also came off of a Hamonic mistake. So Hamonic did not have a good game. Nick Suzuki is a really good player. He is so fun to watch out there. And this game kind of reminded me of that 7-6 game against the Avalanche in Pettersson's rookie season. It was just a fun game. I was very stressed, very nervous. I could just tell bad things were going to happen, and then it just went back and forth. Other than that, my game pucks. I give away game pucks after every Canucks game here. To Vancouver, I give it to Bo Horvat. I had this before he scored the shootout winner, but he got 2 big goals during the game. He was winning battles. He played really well tonight. For Montreal, Tyler Toffoli, obviously. He had a great game. He was dangerous. His line was really dangerous for being their third line. He was a threat every time he was out there. And the next time the Canucks play tomorrow night, not at 7, it's at 6:30. So make sure you set your alarms for 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Make sure you stick around with me all season. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. We do have a Discord coming up soon. That'll be coming up in a couple of weeks here. So be sure to stick around. Enjoy the ride. Canucks go to 2-3 on the season. You're just 1 game below 500. Come out, win tomorrow. Get back to 500. Like I've said in the past, this is the start of a 6-game homestand, so we got 3 games against Montreal tonight, Thursday, Saturday, and then Canucks are playing 3 games against Ottawa next week. So lots of time at home. Hopefully the Canucks can pull out some wins. Thank you for watching, and we will see you after tomorrow night's game.